everybody. Hope you're all doing well. Let's get the stream started nice and quick here. Crap, I forgot I gotta send a text real quick, actually, before we start. Okay. Alright, should be good to go now. Hunter, you first one in here again? The storm's still, what's it called? Still off of work or whatever from it? Is that what's going on? Okay, anyway. E-Rock and Dragon Dagger, both of you. About to get it, man. Hold on. Hold the freaking phone. Am I muted? No, I'm not muted. Okay, that's good. Had to double check that real quick. We're good there. Zip zap. Thank you both. Much appreciated. E-Rock just saying, haha, double. And Dragon Dagger just saying, Hollywood. What's up, guys? Thank you both very much. What's up, Dragon? Saying, hey, BG, did you see the Battlegrounds announcement? So, I did. We can talk about that a bit on stream. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I need to get a tweet out. Well, should we? Maybe we'll do the Battlegrounds announcement thing for the tweet, actually. Where is it exactly? Is it on the... Hold on. Is it in here? This is usually where they have it. Yeah, haha. Okay. Here we go. The Battlegrounds beta breakdown. Okay. Let's see. So March 14th is when it's actually gonna start. Okay. Okay, cool, man. Alright, let's, well, here, let's get a tweet out. Dearest, at Marvel Champions. March 14th for the next, Battlegrounds beta, huh? Actually, hold on a sec. Okay. Even link it there. In case someone wants to see it themselves. No one is safe. There we go. Let's leave it at that. Okay. Looking good. Yes. Oh no. Okay. Well, actually, hold on. Can you still do with a link? Yeah, I guess you still can, right? Let's see. What if we type in Kung Fu? What is this? It's pretty freaking adorable. Which one do we go with? Oh man, we could just go with the classic. Oh my god, dude, this is great. I'm just getting kicked in the nuts. Okay, we might have to go with this one. But the classic Morpheus one is just so good, dude. But the Karate Kid one. All right, you know what? No, we gotta go with the Morpheus one, man. It's just too good. All right, tweet. It's a classic. It's a freaking classic. All right. Anyway, so yeah, we could talk about the announcement and stuff. Oh god, the toddler fighting a dragon. That was probably the best one, but I felt like I couldn't use that one. It's also the weekend. Thank beans. Oh, that's true, Hunter. You don't got work because of the weekend. Okay. All right. Let's see though. Let's take a look at this announcement real quick here. So, Let's see. It's like a whole thing, huh? Okay, well, let's start from the top here. All right. A new challenge has arisen for those who are uncollected or higher. Dude, anytime I see this word or rise or risen or anything like that, all I think is, arise, my champion. The, or no, that's from World of Warcraft, isn't it? I was thinking that's the wrong quote I was just thinking of. I was thinking of the, damn, dude, now I forget exactly how they say it. Rise from the grave. I think that's how it's said. The Sega Genesis classic, that, Altered Beast, that I was momentarily forgetting. But that's what I was thinking of. I wasn't thinking of, I think that was a World of Warcraft quote, the first one I said. Yeah, there we go. Andrew knows. That's from Scarlet Monastery. And wow, yeah, that's exactly it. Dude, Scarlet Monastery, one of the greatest dungeons. But, yeah, anyway, I was originally thinking about Altered Beast for Sega Genesis. E-Rock said over to saying, Cav Phoenix sucks. Also, tweet. All right, we'll take a look at that in a sec. Let's read through this. All right. So uncollected or higher. Interesting, because I thought they were going to do that for the April beta, but it seems like they're just opening it up for everyone for this beta, perhaps. That's interesting, because maybe they're going to up the release, if that's the case. Honestly, dude, the Battlegrounds, it felt pretty good playing it. I don't necessarily think they need to change a ton of things, and the things that they do need to change, I think, are kind of small, like the timer issue, of, you know, give it an extra second, give people that little extra second when picking your champions or whatever, like little stuff like that. Of course, there was kind of the more major thing, like the cost, but I feel like, do they need 2 betas to evaluate stuff? Maybe they do. I don't know. Either way. All right, let's continue. All right, so Battlegrounds is a game mode that tests your skills, your champion roster, and all the game knowledge that has brought you this far into the contest. In this game mode, you'll be challenging another summoner in a head-to-head combat. As you select defenders to defeat them, and they do the same for you. Okay, March 11th. Here we go. Battleground Details. The first of 2 betas for Battlegrounds, with the second arriving for a full month in April. Okay, so they are still going to have this. Wow, for the full month of April. Holy crap. Interesting. Will be taking place between March 14th, 10 a.m. and to March 21st. Okay. So a week-long beta, but wow, dude, I didn't expect. So I knew I heard of this announcement, but I didn't actually read it myself. I didn't realize there was going to be a full month-long beta in April. So if it's a month long, I honestly, man, I hope they have rewards. You know, if it's a week-long beta where you're kind of just testing things out a little bit, whatever, man. You get a few matches in or something like that. If the content's there for an entire month, that feels like you know, early access, right? It's kind of like that step between beta and release that a lot of games started doing, right? Instead of having like an official release, they're just like, oh yeah, it's early access, which basically just means, hey, it's basically beta, so you can't yell at us if there are bugs, but it's basically out. That's how this feels. I hope there's actual rewards in the April one. Just Hyper and Shed. I'm going to read your guys' messages in just a sec, but thank you both. Okay, let's see. But first, here's a walk through the Battlegrounds. I don't know if we need to go through this necessarily. We'll skim it real quick. Walk through the Battlegrounds experience so summoners know what to expect when up in the latest game mode. Things move quickly, so decisions will need to be made by summoners in a snap, and the difference between a good draft and a great draft is mere seconds. Is there anything new in this? Expand this picture a little bit. This looks pretty much the same. First and foremost, summoners will... Wait, hold on. Okay. First and foremost, summoners will need to assemble their deck of 30 champions. Yeah. The nodes. Once your deck is assembled, you found a match. You need to accept the match. Yeah. Okay. It's all looking the same so far. First phase, the band phase. Okay. Reshuffle. Wait, did they mention that it's just a gold? Is that just a beta thing? It makes sense that that's a beta thing. I'm not seeing it anywhere in here, but that's what I noticed that's different about this. Also, did they have this before on the live game? A little quick recap of how many class types you've picked. That looks different. That looks new to me, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Interesting. Everything else, I believe, looks pretty similar, but also the reshuffle is just a gold. In the beta, I think it was 15 units. It was either 10 or 15. I think it was 15. Okay, next is the pick phase. Okay. Hold on a sec. Wait. First pick phase will be 15 seconds long, with subsequent pick phases lasting 25 seconds. Okay, yeah. Okay. Once you've drafted all 7 champs for the battle, summoners enter the final phase before the fights begin. Defender and attacker placement to be done 1 match at a time, allowing you to change plans midstream. Yeah. The rest of this is all looking pretty standard from what we've seen already. I think it's all the same here. Once the battle has begun, summoners will have 2 minutes. Okay, so it's still 2 minutes to attempt to take down the opposing defender while keeping as much of their own health as they can. After the fight is complete, it will be scored, and there are 3 possible scoring categories for each fight. Battleground fights are scored in the following way: defender health, attacker health, fight time. This all looks pretty much the same. Speaking of matches, okay, so this is different. I see here 15 energy, which I already heard before reading this, so it's not new to me, but let's read it. Okay, so speaking of matches, each one is going to cost 15 energy. So, this is pretty interesting because, of course, during the initial beta that they had for it, it was 30 energy, but then we saw a video where it was down to 6 energy in that video of like, oh, what's to come for, March and April kind of thing. It was down to 6 energy in that video, and now we're back up to 15 energy. Which, hey, as we mentioned at the time of the video, it's not like it's, whatever change was live yet, so it's to be expected that it's different, but it still hurts seeing like the numbers kind of going back up. But all right, there's no energy charge if you search for a match and do not find one, or do not start the match. However, there is an energy cost if you enter into the match. As champions are utilized in battle as part of your offense or defense, they will use charges. But for this beta test, every champion will have 99 charges. So Legacy is probably the only one who's going to burn through all 99 of those charges. Got it. Additionally, while the Battlegrounds beta preview is active, mastery level cost will be entirely removed. Make sure to find out which mastery setup works best for you. Now that you're prepared for the challenge ahead, summoners, make sure to keep an eye out for your in-game message when the new game mode goes live, and some bonus items to help you in your first foray into the Battlegrounds. Okay. So free masteries, 15 energy cost per match. It looks like there was only a 1 gold cost for the reshuffle that you can do once per match. I think these things are new. Could be mistaken. Maybe I just never paid attention to in the past. On these screens, it goes pretty fast, so you don't really have much time to look around. You're kind of just picking whatever champs. And it starts in 3 days from now, the 14th. 14th, and lasts for 1 week. So there you go. There's the quick breakdown. Yeah, my thoughts. They still need to remove the energy cost, in my opinion. But well, everyone else will have a chance to see how they feel and give their feedback as they please. All right, Eric Nelson, let me see here. This Phoenix sucks, and back to the cav grind I go. I cannot stop. Really, Phoenix? Phoenix usually isn't too much of a problem. She's not Ice Phoenix, is she? That was the last Phoenix I ever heard being like a real problem. But Phoenix can be pretty annoying, man. The way that she gains power, I could see it. I haven't actually experienced it yet. I don't know what nodes are there, but yeah. Okay, Just Hyper sending over a buck as well. Just Hyper, thank you, dude. Saying, BG, how do you access Battlegrounds among collected and never done it before? Well, it's not in game yet, man. But when it is in game, it should just show up on this screen, and then you just tap into it, and that's it. You're good to go. I think it'll appear on the right of the side quest, but nobody really knows because it was only on the beta before, and there's no like monthly event quest on the beta. But it'll probably appear right on the side of the to the right of the side quest. Tap into it, and the rest is pretty much self-explanatory. But yeah, it'll be live in a few days for you to actually play. Shit, sending over Buck as well, saying, BG, I did 3-star Realm of Legends Robot Koreans Challenge and 5 revives. 5, that's not bad, dude. For my time and effort, I awakened 6-star Civil Warrior. Yay. Okay, that is bad, dude. Shed. I'm sorry to hear it, man. Dang, that sucks, dude. RIP. Oh, man. Sucks, dude. You know what the worst part about Civil Warrior is? There's not really any hope for the future. I mean, there kind of still is, I guess. Listen, if Gamora is on her 3rd buffing, anyone still has hope. But I just feel like Civil Warrior, he's probably not going to change. He's probably going to stay as is for the foreseeable future, and maybe eventually we'll see a change for that guy or something. But yeah, sucks, dude. RIP. Yeah, BG, the class type thing has been there, I think. Has it, Dragon? Okay. I'm kind of curious now. I kind of want to go. Hold on. Let me go back to a previous Battleground stream real quick. Let's see if I go back to a previous Battleground stream. Okay, this is the final one. Already know. Shut up. Okay, this is the final one that happened right as the Battlegrounds were kind of coming to a close. Let's see if we can skip ahead here. Aha! It was there. Okay. So that is not new. It's kind of cut off. You guys can still barely... You guys can see it in the bottom left corner, though, right? The class thing. I don't know if I ever noticed that. Maybe I just forgot. I mean, we didn't have that much time to play. Maybe I did notice and just forgot. But either way... Okay, so not really any difference from the beta that we played outside of the some cost adjustment type stuff. Got it. Okay. Let's spend some energy here. Kabam mailing energy refills, enabling free master swaps, and increasing the champ charge cap to 99 just proves that it's too expensive for standard play of the mode. I'm bleh. Could not agree more, dude. That's exactly correct. That is exactly correct. It's exactly how I feel. If the mode was in a... Like, you could try to make the argument that they want people to, try the mode and play the mode kind of thing. But that's exactly like the whole argument, is I want people to try and play the mode forever, not just this one time. It's not going to hook people strong enough, because as soon as people see the cost afterwards, they're going to be like, okay, well, I mean, that was cool, but back to ignoring it and back to playing other modes, which I don't want, man. It just feels like a waste of everyone's time and effort, including the developers. But all right, anyway. Dragon sent over to Dragon. Thank you very much. Saying professional opinion. Uh-oh. Did you just make the mistake of calling me a professional? All right, let's see here, though. Professional opinion. Explore 7.2 or 7.3 first? I would go in order. Yeah, I would go in order. I don't know. The rewards for 7.3 are probably better, right? But I don't know. It's one of those things where like better to look forward to it later on. Get the crap out of the way first. Almost, you know. That way you'll have like all the best rewards to look forward to. And there's just something satisfying about seeing like the chapters, you know, when they're 100% like next to each other. That might just be me. I don't know. I'm sure there's some other people that feel the same way, but I would go 7.2. There's no real actual benefit to going either one of them first. You just do whatever you feel like, but I would go in order personally. But yeah, I mean, totally worth exploring. Them big rewards, they are coming. Like 7.4, almost here. Alright, just Hyper sending over a buck as well. Just Hyper. Thank you very much. And BG, I don't know if this theory is true or not, but whenever you spin out a 6-star or 5-star of any kind of hero crystal, the champion that you would get would never show while spinning. It's not that it never shows while spinning. Here's what happens. There's I don't remember the exact number of champions that are shown in the crystal reel. It's like 20 or maybe 30 or something like that. You like, if someone really wants to, they can go back in videos and like just count the different number of pictures, and it would be consistent for crystals that spin out for a long period of time at least. Because here's what happens. There's too many characters in this game. You know, even back when there were only, you know, 50 characters in this game, that's still a lot. And they have to load in all those different character portraits every time someone spins a crystal, right? So instead of doing that, what they'll do, it's just like a coding efficiency type of thing, where they'll just randomly select, you know, again, I don't remember the exact number. Let's just say like 25 or something. They'll randomly select, you know, 25 champions, and those are the 25 that'll be spinning around. But it has nothing to do with the champion that actually is landed on. So the champion that's landed on, it might be one of those 25. It might be any other of the champs in the pool. And those champion pictures, they will not reset until you back out of that screen and then go back into it. But the pictures don't actually mean anything. So you know, Kabama's even like officially said it from the beginning of MCOC pretty much, or at least as long as I've been around, that the real is not real. It's just there for fun. That's all it is. You know, and it is fun because like, you know, you'll hear me say things in crystal openings of like, dang dude, I see, you know, Professor X floating around kind of thing. It's just like a reminder of like all the champs that you do want, you know. It's not that it's, you know, going to land on that champ or not. I mean, it might land on that champ, but yeah, it's just like a little visual representation for fun. And that's all there is to it. The real is not real. Ooh, easy saying 7.2, definitely easier. Okay, well, there's another reason to do 7.2. Hey, is that Demiak? Brian, Demiak is sick again. Oh, no, dude. Someone was just asking about you yesterday. Not kidding. Ear infection and sinus infection came back. First time in weeks I've been awake long enough to see you stream. Love you, Baldy. Ah, dang, dude. Well, Demiak, I'm sorry to hear it, man. Man. You've already been through so much crap this year. Hopefully things get better for you. Easy sending over buck saying She-Hulk grind update. All right, hit us with it. Numbers day 2, streak 377, score 72 million. I mean, dude, you're guaranteed to get this champ at this point. Wow. Supreme Solo Crystals open for Arena Boost 1700 plus. Arena Boost left 0. Damn. 5-star rounds, nap through, 1/2 hours left, 35.5 likelihood getting her, quite possible. I'd say, no, quite possible. You're way underselling it at this point, man. Listen, a meteor would have to fall out of this. You know what? Let me not say, because it'll actually happen, and then I'll feel bad. But catastrophe would have to strike in order for you to not get the champ. You're getting that champ, dude. You're getting that champ. You could be on cruise control for the rest of it. That shield will be yours. But I keep up the pace, man. I like it. I like where your head's at. Run through the finish line. You know what I mean? Fernando Mello sending over 2790 of them R's. I can't remember. Is that rubles? Is that what it stands for? Either way, thank you very much. Saying waiting for Mystique would be cool if she randomly impersonates champions and you find out it's her only when knocking her down. So funny you should bring up Mystique, because actually the reason I was just talking about with the crystal reel, that's the reason why Mystique does not exist in game. They load in only 2 champions at the start of each fight. Oh god, wait, is this the Phoenix? What abilities? Oh my god, so it's not even 3 debuffs. What abilities is this, man? Anyway, as I was saying, I'm gonna have to quit out of this fight, I think. But as I was saying, they only load in 2 characters at the start of each fight. 4 once the or not 4, I guess only 3 once the what's it called? Became a thing. All right, I'm just gonna quit out of this fight. So I mean, the once strikers became a thing, they started loading in a 3rd one, right? But that's the reason why they've always said historically Mystique is like a technical impossibility. At the time, this was like years ago that they said this. This was like when MCOC was brand new and they were thinking about different characters to add to the game and stuff like that. Now, as time goes on, technology advances, they're able to do crazier things and stuff like that. So Mystique, I think, eventually will get added, and that is a cool idea, by the way. But yeah, that's why we haven't seen her yet. So one day we'll probably see the champ. But dude, thank you very much for the 2790. All right, let me see here. Enhanced parry. Percentage extend. Haunted. Buffed up, you son of a. Center takes 100% less damage while they have less than 3 buffs. Wait, can you use these things to get buffs? After successful parry by the attacker receives a power gain buff. Oh, it's only a 5-second one. Every 8 seconds, the attacker is inflicted with a withered debuff. Okay. Haunted. When the defender dashes back, the attacker is faltered. Okay. How do I do this? I mean, Fury can gain 2 Furies, right? And then a Dexterity or the parry, whatever. Alright, now I understand why, screw this Phoenix. It's really not that bad of a fight if I was prepared for it, but, yeah. Watch the man Mystique and all of a sudden parries work again? Maybe. Phoenix needs the buffs, not you? Wait, what? Oh, buffed up defender. Wow, okay. Interesting. Okay. Alright, well, thanks for pointing that out, guys. I'm sure there was more than one of you, but I saw Dragon say it first. Okay. Alright, well, we'll do this fight in a sec. Pixie Bell sent over Buck with a deflated banana peel saying BG doesn't leave the house only for throwing rocks at old people at the beach. Come on. Why do you have to bring that up? Pixie Bell. Don't ruin my night with that. Where did that even come from? I'm trying to see how this even started. You know what? I'll have none of it. I wasn't throwing rocks at old people. They just almost accidentally came into contact with their soft, brittle skulls and ended their lives. But it didn't happen, okay? Did not happen. Sam Cord sent it over Ludi. Sam, thank you, dude. Saying ABG is Kingpin worth rank 3 for Thronebreaker. Yeah, 100%, dude. Kingpin's great. He continues to be a great champ. Ever since his buff, he's been used. I mean, I use him all the time. Other people use him all the time. You can find on YouTube. He's good in Battlegrounds, offensively and defensively. He's great. Let's use him right now. Totally worth it for Thronebreaker. Totally worth it regardless of how many rank 3s you have, I would say. Okay, how does Phoenix's buffs work exactly? She has to do special ones, I believe. No. You can't let her do special ones, I think, actually. Damn it, dude. Is that how it goes? Do they just apply over time? The falter. Oh my god. That falter, dude. Alright, well, she's getting buffs. There we go. She's got 3 buffs. I've got falters, though. Does that falter work again? She's got many buffs. But I don't even remember how these falters work. That's alright. We're finally getting damage in. Suck it. There we go. I don't care about your special 3. I'm not even gonna skip it. Let's see it. This is one of the reasons why this champ is so good. Ah, crap. That takes away her buffs, though, huh? Alright, so we just chill out for a little bit. That's the name of the game here. Let her get her buffs. And then hopefully I'll just have a special 3 ready to go from the power gain buffs. Is that how this works? Missed the extra damage there. Whoops. Oh man, is she dead? Oh, that headbutt, dude. There we go. Okay, E-Rock. Thank you for the buck. Saying, BG, what champs place buffs on the defender and don't then nullify those buffs? As Phoenix is buffed up defender and her Furies are so inconsistent. Well, I mean, you could always use someone like Voodoo. But you could also just do what I did. I don't, to be honest, I don't even know exactly how Phoenix works. But if you just chill out, you can just let her get her Furies. This was on Uncollected. So I know on Cav it's harder, but that seemed to work. If you just chill out, just parry, get to your special 3 from the power gains, and let her get her buffs. It's the best BG story ever. Pixie Bell. It's not the best BG story ever. What the heck? It's the worst one. I almost brutally killed people without trying. Nightmares. I'll have nightmares about it the rest of my life. Okay. Anyway. But yeah, I think that's what you do on Cav 2, probably. I'd imagine. It's just me. And over to... It's just me. Thank you very much. Or actually, dude, I saw your name. Just me 2100. Setting over a buck. And I confused myself reading your name. Anyway, so I got excited watching Finkeldink videos again and created a new account of my own. All right. Pulled the 4-star Nexus from a PHC. Sounds great until I had to choose from CGR, Sentinel, and Herc. Did you take Hercules? Because I think I would take Hercules. I mean, Sentinel, let's cut him. I mean, the double immunities and all that. That's lovely. Sentinel, a fine champion. but the choice is probably between CGR and Herc here, right? Let's be honest. That sounds like a tough choice, but I would probably take Hercules. I'd probably take Hercules. What a great start. 4-star Nexus from a PHC. I don't know how deep into the run you are, but 4-star Nexus from a PHC. And then amazing champions from it. Hell yeah, dude. That's awesome. Who needs double immunity when you have lose immunity? That's true. I mean, it's not that easy to get an awakening gem early on, but it's not impossible. It's pretty tough generally. But even without awakening, Hercules still so strong. Okay. Let's get to it. Oh my god, dude. See, every time I go in with there's no good way to arrange this. Damn it. Damn you, autofill. How good is Sorcerer Supreme and how useful is her awaken ability? She's this good, and her awaken ability is about this good. Now, man, she's a very good champion. Some people don't like her because she has a little bit more of a slowed control style versus like a in-your-face, just gonna deal instantly massive damage style. Having Mystic Dispersion really helps for Sorcerer Supreme. But yeah, she's super strong. Her Awaken ability is not that useful in most situations. But you can beat like Domino if you have her like Sig 200. Then your abilities will never fail against Domino. And that's really nice. But otherwise, it's usually just a slight buff for the champ and nothing too important. Let's pop the L3 here, man. Sam, sending over another buck. Thank you, dude. Sam, where are you? Here we go. Saying, imagine this. A Red Guardian concussion vulnerability. Buffed up defender boss. You're screwed, I think. Is there any ways to give that guy buffs? You might just be screwed. Even Unit Man can't help there. Maybe there's some way around it. I don't know. But, yeah. You guys think I can get 5-star Kitty at 24 mil? Possibly. You know, my guess on screen is exactly that. It's just a guess. She might go higher than 25 mil. She might go lower than 25 mil. Recently got Symbiote Supreme 6-star. Is he still good? Yeah. Symbiote Supreme's still a good champ. Overshadowed a bit by some of the Mystics released afterwards. So, like Doom and Claire and Sorcerer Supreme, even in my opinion, I would say all three of those champs did a lot to, you know, kind of overshadow the champ, but Sorcerer Supreme's still good, and in some matchups, he's still the best Mystic, really. He's a strong champ overall. But if you have these other Mystics already ranked up, then I would say the incentive to rank him up is much lower than it was in the past. Make sure you already read the Battleground mail. Yeah, I already read that. If you guys missed it, it was at the start of the stream. Already read it. Debating if should fully rank 565 null. Sig 80 good, or should I wait? I think Sig 80 is good. He doesn't even need to be awakened. Of course, higher the Sig the better, but even Sig 80 is good. PG said we can't directly challenge each other in Battlegrounds, but I do hope we can wind up matching each other. I'm coming to clap those cheeks. Bring it. Bring it. Yeah, I'm kind of cool with there not being a direct matchmaking, to be honest. Like, they're gonna add it eventually, and that's good. Like, you know, of course, we need something like that for, you know, tournament play or you know, matches like that. But for this beta, I'm totally fine with them not having a direct way of matching up. We could still do things like we were doing in the previous beta. It might not be as easy. But I to be honest, I think I'd rather just fight random people when there's going to be like a whole, you know, leaderboard to it, bigger than like the, you know, dozen people that were playing the beta last time. Now there's going to be everyone who's uncollected. And if you want to make a name for yourself, hey, this is a way to do it. Top the leaderboard. Top the Battlegrounds leaderboard. Hey, is that Enzo? What's up, Enzo? Hang on. Jeez, those things move so slow. Holy crap. Whew. Okay, good morning, BG. Mastery points can scale even 5, 10, 15, up 5, 15, 30, or down 15, 25, 30. Which is best or good to have variety? Wait, hold on. Mastery points can scale even 5, 10, 15, up 5, 15, 30, or down 15, 25, 30. Which is best or good to have variety? I don't know if I understand what you're saying, Enzo. Are you just talking about how, like, for example, recoil is like 30, 45, 60, which is not exactly even across the board. You get the most value at the first point, but then it's even spacing from there, compared to something like stand your ground, which is extremely odd in the way that it scales, going 17, 20, 25, 33, 50. The reason it does this, by the way, is because it works fractionally. So like 1 point is like 1/6 of the time it'll work. It's about 17%. And then the second point, 1/5 of the time it'll work. So, you know, 20%. Third point, 1/4 of the time, 1/3 of the time, and then half of the time. But it's still very odd to see those numbers, right? Is that just what you're talking about? If I am understanding correctly, and that is what you're talking about, yeah, I don't think that all abilities need to scale the same way. I think it's good when sometimes you get the biggest value in the first point, and then it doesn't scale evenly from there. You see this mostly with masteries that like actually give you some sort of an ability. So actually stand your ground is a good example, right? You didn't have that ability before you put the point in. Willpower is another one where some people choose to only have 1 point instead of 3. Resonate, dexterity, parry, all these, you can just have 1 point if you so choose. And what it does is it creates more interesting builds. So although I'm a huge advocate for putting all 3 points in willpower, you don't need to. And I think that's cool. I think it's cool that it opens up the choices. The reason why I'm such an advocate for 3 points in willpower is because I totally think that it's worth it. Some people, I think, have a trouble getting over the fact that like they're not getting as much value for the second and third point. But it's like this. Imagine you got paid $1 million for an hour's worth of work. And then the second hour that you worked, you got $100,000. And the third hour that you worked, you got $50,000. That's still really good money that you're making. Just because it's not $1 million doesn't mean it's bad. It's still like better than anything else you can do to get that money, right? So that's kind of how, it's maybe an odd example to say, but that's kind of how I see willpower. Is like, yeah, the second and third point, you're not getting 0.5% regen for each of those like you are with the first, but they're still so much more valuable than nearly anything else you can put points in that it's totally worth having all 3 points. But it's cool that it gives you the option. So right now, I would say there's not really any builds where I only have 1 point in willpower, but if they added more mastery options, then you might sometimes only see me with 1 point in willpower, you know? There's been times where I only had 1 point in parry, even though I typically run all 3 points. You know, same thing for most other masteries in the game too. Today, Junior. Oh man, was I stuttering? Dude, that's oh man, I love that scene, or just that movie in general. It's a good movie. With suicides, you must have 3 out of 3 in willpower. Not true. Talk to Pete about that. Pete would literally run 0 out of 3 in willpower. If you only play ghosts or robots, you don't need willpower. Is that Karate Mike though? What's up, Karate Mike? Saying evening or hey sweetheart, looking extra bald this fine evening. Well, Karate Mike, you know just the right things to say. My. Okay, let's continue in the arena though. My volume is always off, easy, so I don't know. Oh, Pixie, you know what, Clarissa? My goodness. I've played 1 day of normal questing with suicides off, and I hate it. It sounds about right. Yeah, it sounds about right. 1 point of despair gives me sad panda feelings. It makes me sad too, man. Despair is incredible. And I hate having only 1 point in it. That'll be changing real soon once Battlegrounds hit. But yeah. Some masteries, it seems like they have even scaling, but they actually scale better the more points you have. And despair is one of those. Parry is another one of those as well, where like you're reducing well, like the second and third point, they're like 5% additional damage each, but like dang, dude, I wanted to make a separate video. I should still make a separate video on this, but basically, you know, let's say you're only taking 10% total damage or something, right? If you're reducing 5% of that, well, you're kind of taking away like 50% of the incoming damage. If you think about it, right? If you're going from like 90% damage reduction to 95%, you're actually cutting the damage taken in half. If that didn't make sense, I'm gonna make a video on it. I think it's important to know for all video games, not just MCOC. And yeah, just haven't gotten around to making that video. And then yeah, it kind of works the same way with despair. They're different, but anyway, the second and third point of despair are worth more than the first, unless you're playing a class that has like, you know, 30 debuffs like Medusa, at which point, you know, you hit the cap already with 1. But is Battlegrounds going to be 15 energy to enter? Do we know yet? Yes, it said 15 energy in the write-up. Actually, I still have it open. Where did it say? Let's control F this sucker. Nope. Nope. A lot of 15s. A lot more 15s than I thought would be. Here we go. Speaking of matches, each one is going to cost 15 energy. So there you go. 15 energy per match. For now, it's just a beta. Let's see if anything changes. Good evening, BG. Good night, BG. All right, and mother. Have a good one. Don't even have despair unlocked. Hunter. All those cav crystals that you got, all those 3 stars that you got out of the calves, you could have had a One of the strongest masteries in the entire game, you monster. Will Venom work well? I'm not sure. Looks like you're having a whole conversation with someone that I don't know what you're asking about. In general, Venom's good though. Pitchfork's out already. Yeah, about the energy cost. Dude, I'm tired of fighting. If there's a cost to it, everybody already knows how I feel. Will I make like another video on? I don't know, dude. I'm just so tired of talking about it. It's crazy to me that a cost exists. What are you gonna do, man? We're at the mercy of the game devs, whatever they think is right, and then we have the choice to either play it or not play it. Is Collar Tech a good mastery? No. Is it a good mastery if you only use Ghost? Collar Tech's a good mastery, yeah. Oh, wait, it's asking about the collector for Venom. I mean, I know MSD has soloed him with Venom. I think Venom's decent for that fight. Anyway, Collar Tech though, yeah, Collar Tech. I mean, it's like any other. Well, I shouldn't say it's like any other class mastery. Some class masteries are straight trash, but you know, it's good for most tech champions, I would say. But in particular, it stands out with Ghost. Punisher 2099, I think, is another good example. Maybe Warlock, because he's got like some sort of power control stuff. I'm not sure about that one. It can kind of backfire against you slightly, depending on who you're using. Like, some champs, you want to bait out their specials. That's how you get your openings, right? That's always been the problem with the Petrify mastery. Like, sometimes you like, all right, let's say you're fighting in Labyrinth of Legends, right? Labyrinth of Legends, you only get a certain number of parries unless you have, you know, synergies that increase the stun duration or a perfect block that increases stun duration. You only get a certain number of parries. And it largely is an irrelevant mechanic if you're using someone like Aegon that can just hit through block anyway. But back in the day, this was like the easiest example, where you only had a certain number of parries, and then you had to find another way to get your openings. So the other ways were blocking and baiting out heavy attacks, which of course you're taking a bunch of chip damage. Intercepts, which are risky unless you're just really skilled, and if you've got intercepts down, you know, like that. Or by retaliating after the opponent throws their special. So anytime that you limit the opponent's power gain, it's not strictly a benefit. Anytime you don't want them throwing their specials, it is strictly a benefit. Which Ghost gets her openings, you know, in an entirely different way, right? You just phase, so it's strictly a benefit with her. Or if you're just playing a champ where like, or against a champ where you just don't want them to throw specials. The more specials they throw, the worse off you are, kind of thing. Then yeah, the mastery's good. But it can actually be a little bit annoying sometimes. Like, sometimes you want to push the opponent to a special too, as well, right? It's another example that's a little bit more universal compared to something like Labyrinth of Legends, where you want to push the opponent to a special 2, and their special 1 is maybe a lot more annoying to deal with. And, you know, having a mastery like Collar Tech actually makes that more difficult to consistently pull off. So that's kind of the issue with Collar Tech. The bigger issue probably is just the 15-point prerequisite to then put another 5 points in the defensive tree, whereas Mystic Dispersion you know, it's only 11 points in that tree before you can pop points in Mystic Dispersion. It's not as big a deal. Mystic Dispersion is another one where it's not always strictly beneficial, but yeah. Collar Tech and Mystic Dispersion are the only genuinely useful class masteries, barring super rare mutant cases. I would slightly disagree and say the science one is also pretty good. The science one gives a massive amount of energy resistance. I think it's 960. Whoops, went to Alliance. I think it's 960. At the highest rank, let's see. Yeah, it is 960, which I believe was something like 36% damage reduction. Oh, let's bust open Aunt May. Let's do a memory test, because we all know my memory is kind of garbage. So let's see. Just gonna have a base challenger rating here, and 960. Ah, dang. I was kind of close. 32.4 damage reduction. That's a lot, though, man. That's a lot of damage reduction. And the thing about all of the class masteries, if you notice, they really try to give you some sort of an advantage against the class they have an advantage against. You know, that's a really backwards way of saying that. But like Mystic Dispersion, like they have a class advantage against Cosmic Champs, right? And Cosmic Champs just so happen to have a lot of buffs. The Mystic class deals lots of energy damage. So when you're using a Science Champ against a Mystic attacker, or I'm sorry, a Mystic Defender, in some cases, yeah, man, you're just making yourself way tankier than you otherwise would have been. Now, the problem with this mastery is the unbalanced relationship between critical hits and non-critical hits in this game. I've always hated this. Most damage comes from critical hits. Clearly not all of it, right? There's like regular hits, critical hits, damage over time that can't crit, damage over time that can crit. Like there's a bunch of different sources of damage, right? But in like a standard situation, most damage does come from critical hits. And critical hits just happen to pierce resistances. So all of these points that you just sunk in to gain like 30+% damage reduction, if you get critically hit, like most of that effect is gone. So you're really not getting like 30% overall damage reduction in the fight. You know, you're getting 30% from regular hits, which the regular hits, maybe those only make up, I don't know, 20% of all damage or something like whatever it is. I don't actually know the percentage of damage. It would vary from fight to fight. I don't know what the average is. All I know is that critical hits, like, I mean, it's the reason why Doom is so tanky, is because it's so hard to crit the dude. He doesn't even have that much health compared to other champs, but he's got crit resistance. And that makes all the difference. 960 energy resistance doesn't mean much nowadays, though, with many champs having far more just built in naturally. Sort of, but you can have this on any champ you want. Well, any science champ you want. You wouldn't use it in a situation for the energy resistance. You just use it in a situation where you have to play a science champ, or like your best option is a science champ, and you want to make that champion even stronger. It's also the reason why like free mastery swaps are a bad thing if they are a permanent thing. The free mastery swaps that are coming with the Battleground beta, awesome. Or, you know, having like a different, hopefully the goal is for them to have like a different permanent mastery setup for each of your Battleground decks or something like that. Again, awesome. But if it was just free all the time, then like anytime you played a science champ, you'd want to rearrange your points to get that 30% damage reduction. Like, it's worth it. I mean, can you imagine a situation where you go into an alliance war fight with a science champ against someone that deals energy damage and you don't just put those points in? You'd look like a fool if you lost that fight. Like, I would be mad. Like, I don't really get mad at alliance mates for losing fights, because, you know, we all lose fights. But I would be mad if, like, that's the reason why they lost, because they were, like, too lazy to swap their masteries, you know? But with it having a cost, then it's like, okay, well, yeah, it's unreasonable to pay that cost every time you're doing a fight with a science champ. So then, like, I wouldn't be mad, you know, because I don't do that. So yeah. Messiah sending over 10 though. Messiah, thank you very much. Saying hashtag Messiah for mod, hashtag BG hates all caps, hashtag Pixie don't love us. Pixie with a heart of gold. Clarissa. Hashtag bald man grounds. Hashtag make me blue, damn it. With some dancing men. Or whatever those things are. Messiah, thank you, dude. Appreciate it, man. Thank you very much. Okay. Dev Devon sent over a buck as well. Saying tweet, it's a thread. Okay. Let's go take a look here. What do we got? Some recent polls duped my 6-star Doom the day after I got him. The day after you got him? What? That's insane, dude. Out of a Nexus. Dude, this was out of a Cav Nexus at that. Dude, how psyched were you when you saw this? The day after you got him. Just giving them silver stars, just like that. That's crazy, man. Okay, the Silver Centurion Awakening as well. New and future rank 5s. Okay, Magico is a good one to have. Spuddy 2099 as well. Nimrod, okay. Okay. And then bad luck. What? Finally some bad luck here? What is this? Okay. Hunk of junk. Completed. OG Thor. I don't know if I'd call this bad luck. OG Thor. I mean, it depends on how you think of it. Is OG Thor a powerful champ? Not really. I mean, some people still like him. Some people could maybe make an argument, make a case that he still has some punch to him. But, yeah, overall, I'd say, nah, not really. But he's an OG. Dude, I'd be psyched to have an awakened 6-star OG Thor. I'd be pumped. I'd be pretty pumped for it. I'd say that's still good luck, in my opinion. Nice pulls, dude. Really nice pulls. He doesn't hate all caps. He loves bald caps. Wow. Well, when you're right, Guy Gardner. Oh, man. BG forgetting things? Impossible. I know. Me with the memory of the heart of gold? I don't know what that means. But I've never forgotten anything. MF Frost synergies are garbage, being that I don't have any of those champs. That's funny. Her synergies, from what I remember, she's got a few interesting ones. My favorite of hers was always the one with Sentinel, though. More for Sentinel side. Actually, I mean, what is Emma gain? I think Emma gained like 15% damage when in diamond form or something. Dude, we're going at, man. But I like Sentinel. Sentinel gains the physical resistance. Let's see. Emma. What was that synergy again? Yeah, 15% extra attack in diamond form. Yeah, I mean, not that big a deal. This one is pretty good with Colossus. What was this one again with Kitty? 20% extra attack in diamond form game, plus 20% combat power rate and telepathic form. Oh, damn. That Kitty one is looking pretty good. Yeah, you're right, though. They all suck if you don't have the champs. Kind of useless if you don't have them, right? Did BG just laugh at a pun? No. It had to have been something else. Any plans to jump into Karina's part 2 soon? Finish it all last night. Karate Man Michael, you madman. Finished already. No, not really though, man. I have no interest in the profile pic. I still, dude, I so badly wish it was something else cosmetic. If they just put some badges in the profile, I would have been like running it alongside you, dude. Trying to get there, trying to get through it as fast as possible. But profile pics, I just don't care about them. I think it's cool that other people like them. You know, I'm not trying to crap on that for other people, but yeah, it doesn't interest me. So what I'm gonna do is this. I still have like 3 quests left to do in 7.3, so I'm gonna finish those quests. And then 7.4 is going to come out. I'm going to finish those. And then I'll start chipping away at Karina's round 2. So that's my current plan. How does OG Thor dupe help with offense? I think it gives him his Furies. Right? I mean, it's been a long time since I looked at OG Thor's Awaken ability, but I'm pretty sure that's how he gains his Furies. With the armor breaks. Where is OG Thor? Here we go. Stunning. The Thunder God infuriates him. Grants him Fury. Okay, this is the more important part offensively. When Thor stuns his opponent, he tears apart their armor. Oh, no, that's how you get the armor breaks. Wow, okay. He doesn't have the armor breaks without being awakened? I thought it was the Furies that he got. Interesting. Okay, I must have confused these two things, I guess. Hold on. Okay. Dude, it's been so long since I played this champ. I just forgot entirely how he worked. I never had OG Thor pre-nerf, which I was pretty sad for, because he was ridiculous. And then post-nerf, well, you know, there were other champs to rank. But, I mean, he was never available as a 5-star, so... it's just like a champ that I never really, truly got to play. When we start the Mutant Domination Karina's challenge, well, I just said I'm not doing Karina's challenges until after 7.4, so or maybe I'm reading this message late. Superman sent over a buck saying, "Hello, BG, one of a bald man. How are you tonight? Doing Mike's Revenge, and it's safe to say I hate that challenge. I'm 25 revives deep in that fight. He's at 27k health, and I know the worst is to come." Oh man, that's true. The final bit of that fight is the hardest part. Not to discourage you, man. You got this. You can do it. But yeah, it's kind of brutal. Attack boosts. Any way that you can increase your attack will help. Suicide masteries, attack boost, the champion boost that boosts attack and health. Whatever you can do, increase your damage output. It's a brutal crossing of the finish line. Is that Fluffy Monster sending over a buck? Saying, "Beaver, how the heck are you?" Great. Hey, I know it's been a while since I was at that moment when the pie blasted against the tier top trophy from the Cake Empire from last winter. Sunny, funny day. Anyways, happy birthday, Pelon, the Master of Hair, the Third. Wow. And that right there is how you do a Fluffy Monster message. And this is why no one can replicate it, because... What? What did any of that mean? No one will ever know. A fluffy monster, everybody. The one and only. Oh man, fluffy monster, thank you, dude. For the $1.69. Nice. 7.4 come out tomorrow. So BG can do 7.4 today and then do the Mutant Domination Challenge. Tomorrow is Saturday. They don't normally release content on Saturday. Usually it's gonna be midweek. Probably gonna be Wednesday. But even still, I need to complete that content. And then I don't know in which order I'm gonna do those challenges. So this is what non-native English speakers hear when two people are having a conversation in English. Probably, dude. Even then, it probably sounds better. I don't know. Let me ask you guys a question. How many people in here know more than one language? And I mean, like, really know it. Not just like, oh, yeah, I took a semester of Spanish. You can't actually, like, speak it fluently. Like, what languages do you guys know? I'm just going to assume everyone knows English, even if it's not your first language. If you're in this stream, you probably understand it well enough. So what other language besides English, if you have one, do you know? I'm curious. No Vietnamese, okay. Speak Spanish and English, okay. Only medical Spanish, interesting, okay. 3 for me, really. No speak fluently. Kabir, did you say which 3? I think so. Indonesian English, I guess they are pretty easy. Dude, I mean, listen, I know one language, barely, and I don't even think it's easy, so. The sign language count? I'll allow it, yeah. I would count it. By the way, hey, yeah, still English only, even if you know other languages. Still English only, just because I don't know what else is being said, and hey man, we're all cool in here, right? I trust no one would be saying anything bad, but just because we don't know, we time it out, so. Does sarcasm count? If you ask Laura, then the answer to that is yes. Okay, German and French for Enzo. Swahili, okay. Farsi, okay. Interesting. Italian, Sicilian, really, from my family. Dude, I've always wanted to know another language. It's just, it feels like it takes so much work. I just need more of a reason, I guess. Because it seems like one of those things that, like, it does take a bit of work, of course. Learning an entire other language. But it's worth it, like, if you have, like, if you're gonna use that language, right? I think that's what always just stopped me. It's just, I don't feel like I'm gonna use the other, like, language that I learn. Not enough, at least. But one day, dude, I feel like one day there's gonna come a time in my life where I'm like, screw it, dude. I'm finally gonna travel. I'm gonna learn a different language. For wherever I'm traveling to. Because, dude, I mean, we were just talking about how, like, the reason this came up is because, who said it? Was it Zach? Yeah, Zach was saying this is what, fluffy monsters, what, like, non-native English sounds like or whatever. The reason I thought of it is because, dude, I always think other languages, and in particular, like, the accent that people have when speaking those languages, dude, it just sounds, like, beautiful. I can never understand what anyone's saying, but it just sounds cool. Like, regardless of whatever language it is. And I just want to be able to replicate that, It's like I don't even necessarily care that of like what people are saying, what it means, or it just sounds good. That's it. Mother and father speak different languages. I grew up somewhere that spoke another language than those, so I knew 3 by default, and then I also learned English, so 4. Damn. See, that's crazy to me when people know like that many. I know there's people out there that know even more than that. Read mine, read mine. Okay. Where's Pixie Bells? English, Spanish, Chinese, sarcasm. You forgot SpongeBob. You forgot 90s Nickelodeon. You forgot Golden Girls. A lot of languages that you forgot, Pixie Bell. UG3 is common in here. You are just behind. Perhaps. Perhaps. It sounds cool because it seems like some secret code they have that you're not part of. No, I wouldn't say that. Because even when someone's speaking English, but they have an accent, like let's say someone has like a, I don't know, like let's just say German accent or something. It sounds cool, man. Our whole country's behind? That's probably true. For some reason, all I remember is counting. So my schooling, I've learned Japanese, German, Italian, and French. Counting? Yeah, I don't know if that counts. Unless, all right, I'll allow it on the condition that you can count to like 100 plus. If you can count to 10, no. That doesn't count. Even then, it really doesn't count. Imagine just trying to have a conversation with someone and all you know is the numbers. How much longer would MCOC go on? It's kind of up to the devs. As long as they keep developing the game, as long as they keep trying to find ways to improve it or add new content to it. This game's going to go on for a while. We'll see, though, how people take to Battlegrounds. I think that'll be a big determining factor. Like, even if Battlegrounds flopped, I don't think MCOC is dead or anything, but still, it'd be a pretty good indicator. Like, if Battlegrounds did take off, it'd be like, oh, well, okay. Then, yeah, you could easily see people playing this for a lot of years to come. But the reality is, this is MCOC's, or I'm sorry, this MCOC is Kabam's only, like, real money maker. They might be making some money on, you know, the Transformers game and maybe Mirrorverse when it comes out or whatever, but MCOC is Kabam's real money maker. So if they want to stay in business, they have to keep developing this game. So they ain't gonna let it go. Which is good for us. On the contrary, it does count. Okay, you know what, Cloud of Contempt? Boo. Also, learning a language is learning a culture, so you know more about the people by knowing some of the lingo. Yeah, which part of me thinks is cool, but also, like, you know, culturally, it's not that I don't care about other people. It's more of like, you know, I don't care about like my own culture necessarily. Like, you know, I guess the best way it's always been put to me, maybe it's because I like drumming, and that's why I like this expression of just like walking to the beat of my own drum. Is how someone described me, because like I don't necessarily fit within any culture necessarily. Like Like I'm not, you know, the foods I eat, they're all just weird. The things I like or dislike, of course, there's similarities with other people, but it's not really like a cultural thing. So I prefer to kind of like I still care about other people and like the things that they like, but more on like an individual level and not necessarily on like a big cultural level kind of thing. Hopefully that didn't come off sounding like all insensitive and stuff, because I feel like I could easily be taken the wrong way of like, oh, dumb American doesn't care about any other place or whatever, which is not true. That's not true at all. It's just I think more on individual terms rather than, oh, you're a certain way because you come from like this certain place. Which is, I mean, you know, I mean, that sounds like stereotyping, but I don't mean that either. I just mean like I don't know, man. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I care about other people, but just on individual levels. You know, I don't necessarily, like, when I eventually do travel, it's not going to be to like experience different foods of different cultures and stuff like that, because you know, I'm a picky eater. There'll be some things that I'm sure will interest me that are like a little bit more universal to a culture, but for the most part, I'm just going to think about people on individual levels, I think. Anyway, students were complaining about me leaving subtitles on English-speaking film. So the guy from Louisiana started talking. Those accents can be a little bit hard times, right? Wait, you goobers had girlfriends? You know what, Pixie Belle? We don't need the insults, okay? Didn't sound insensitive. In fact, it's quite interesting. Okay, good. Wait, I was with a girl from Chile a few years ago, or for a few years. The version of Spanish is so wildly different from the Spanish I'm used to hearing in Texas, but yeah, it definitely gives you insight to other cultures. I think it's okay. So there's a channel on YouTube. You guys may have seen this because it's like a really popular channel. I don't remember the name of it, but basically the guy's like from New York. I think he's like in New York City because a lot of his videos happen there. Because, you know, there's like tons of different cultures within New York City. And he'll learn a different language and then go to like, you know, he'll like learn Chinese and go to Chinatown basically. And, you know, he's just like very standard white dude. Basically just imagine me except hair. Vsauce? No, not Vsauce. But then he'll just like order food in their language, but you know, in like a more fluent way. Like he'll like ask a few questions rather than just like reading a menu item. He'll like you know, maybe ask a few questions like, oh, what types of foods are really good here? You know, it's like small talks type stuff like that, but clearly the people are not expecting it. And that's what makes it such good content, is because like you see their reactions. And I do think that's really cool. I think being able to connect with someone, because it comes off as like respectful, right? When you speak to someone like in their native language, rather than just expecting them to know your language kind of thing. I think that's really cool, man. That's probably the biggest motivator I've ever seen to learn another language. Is just, you're like instantly welcomed by someone who, you know, otherwise would maybe come off a little more cold, just because, I mean, that's how people are naturally, right? Especially in New York City, you kind of have to be a little bit more cold with people. It's just the nature of the beast, if you've ever been there. But you kind of break down that that barrier if you know someone else's language, man, which is really cool. It's just it takes a lot of work to be able to pull off. Yeah, how do you even say that? Is it Xiaoma? NYC? I don't know how to say it. I don't know. Has he ever said his name in the YouTube videos? I don't even know. But yeah, what Hinach put in the chat, that's the name of it. If you guys have never seen it, the videos are great. Pretty simple, but like addictive to watch, because like I said, you're just seeing, like, you know, the barriers being broken down. It's cool. Let's not go through puberty here talking about it. If you speak to them in your language, you speak to their brain. If you speak to them in their language, you speak to their heart. Damn, dude. It's poetic. It's true. Yeah. You were just watching one of those videos where he speaks Punjabi? Dude, he learns so many different languages. Crazy, man. Or at least they would then stop cursing you in their language, as you know. I mean, he does have some of those videos where, like, you know, he you know, people don't know that he speaks their language. So he'll have, like, you know, they might say something, maybe something kind of insulting, and then he'll, like, just start speaking their language. It's got to be pretty embarrassing for the people that said it. I don't think he has a lot of those videos, or maybe I just haven't seen them. But I think I saw like one or two like that. But anyway, man, it's a pretty cool thing to do. There's probably other people that do that because, like, it's a super popular channel. All those videos, all the ones that I clicked on, at least, you know, they had like 10 million plus views or something. And you're just like learning something while you know, being able to like make a living doing that, essentially. Super cool, man. I've lived a few years in New York, and I was never cold to anyone. It was really fun, but also some crazy interactions. Then I suddenly left. Interesting. Almost hard to believe just thinking about being in New York. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, listen, cold doesn't necessarily mean like you're being mean to someone. I just mean like there's so many people walking in the streets. You can't necessarily just like stop and like have a conversation with people. You know what I mean? So I just mean like I don't mean cold when, like, okay, let's say you like walked into a restaurant or a store or something like that. Not at all. But I just mean like on the street. There's just so much going on. But maybe that was just me. I shouldn't assume that's how everyone is. Does using farts in Morse code count as a language? Hunter, I'll allow it. GG, so I made all the calculations. I will have to use approximately 900 units, and I'll be able to score 28 mil in Kitty Pride Arena. Does 28 mil guarantee a 5-star kitty, or should I save my units? Well, here's what I'd recommend. Because it's kind of like an unknown. There is no guarantee in the arena. Because this is a little bit of an unknown, I would recommend waiting to see what the round 1 results are, and then you can kind of make the decision for round 2. Now, round 2 scores, they can change. You know, it's not always going to be exactly the same score in round 2. But the 5-star in particular usually doesn't go up, or if it does go up, only by a very small amount. There's not a big fluctuation for the 5-star, so that's really the best advice I got. If you can't grind round 2 for some reason, maybe just you're gonna be busy during those days, well, I don't know. I would probably recommend saving the units, because you can play this game with other champs, right? Would it be cool to have Kitty? Sure. But you can play this game with other champions, and using those units on other things is probably, like, realistically the best thing to do for your progress. But if you don't care about that and you just really want Kitty, understandable, because she's cool, well, sometimes you gotta make a risk. But just know there are no guarantees when it comes to the arena. Unless you're, like... I mean, obviously, if you put up 300 million points, okay, it's a guarantee, right? But, like, when you're close to kind of cutoff estimations, there is no guarantee. Like, the food tangent's better. No clue what this dude's talking about tonight. Well, luckily for you, we're probably done with the language tangents. New York's still full of crazy people, so it's good that there's some wholesome stuff out there, too, to balance it out. Yeah, absolutely. El Diablo is Spanish for fighting chicken? What? Is it? I thought El Diablo was the devil in Spanish. Pixie Bell, are you serious? Fighting chickens? Really?
El Diablo.
Wait, what's my sound?
El Diablo.
Ah, see, it just sounds so much cooler than when I say it.
El Diablo.
Why did it say it so much faster that time?
El Diablo. El Diablo.
I didn't know it changed the speed. Interesting. Okay. BG, you got a 6-star Ronin. Is he any good? Average. In my opinion. Because it's a 6-star, you can maybe make use of him in like the monthly event quest or something. I wouldn't really recommend ranking him, but you can still play him. Just because he's like 455 equivalent. But yeah, I don't really recommend ranking him. Some other people might disagree, which is fine, but I consider him to be average. Look on VG's tier list for Ronin. There you go. El Matador is Spanish for the Matador. Is that a Chris Farley joke? I think that was on like Saturday Night Live or something, right? Is Kabam doing Comic-Con this year? Now, funny you should say that. I actually tried to ask them about that today, and I got no response. I don't know. I would guess not, but I honestly have no idea. No clue. I'm kind of curious, like, what their kind of return on an investment is for something like Comic-Con, where, like, it's cool that they do it. It probably exposes enough people to Marvel, especially the spot they have at Comic-Con. It's like a really good spot, so it was like probably worth doing it in the past and stuff. But that's when NYCC is like, you know, at its peak. I don't think this year would be anywhere near its peak. And I would bet it wouldn't even be worth it for them from like a financial standpoint. But also, what the hell do I know? How would I know anything like that? That's pure speculation. But you know, I'm guessing that they're not going to do it just because, you know, the world ain't necessarily ready for that so much. I mean, I really don't pay attention to the news. From my perspective, you know, putting aside the rest of the craziness in the world, I don't hear nearly as much about the pandemic as I used to. So hopefully things are getting better. But Comic-Con, when you're inside that convention center with all those people, that probably ain't the best thing. I don't know. We'll see though. Don't know. APG, can I get a Twitter check, please? Samuel Frazier, you sure can. What do we got on Twitter? Let's see. Pulled Havoc earlier this week, and I love him. Hey, nice. Also, I want to push for Cav. Who do you think is the best to help with that push? Congrats on your Havoc. Pushing for Cav. Hold on. Let me do this fight first real quick. We've got some strong champs. Guillotine 2099, man. She's so strong when ramped up, but when you don't have the combo, kind of annoying to use. Okay, let's see. Okay, so it looks like you have a rank 2 Nebula. It seems, at least. Which is going to be good against most of the bosses. I would probably... honestly, like the champs that you have right now, you're good. You're good for a Cav push. What I would do is I would start planning the post Cav push, which will still help you in getting to Cav, by starting to focus on the variants, actually. So, you've got a ton of really powerful villains here. I'd recommend getting, like, Doom ranked up again, if possible. You don't necessarily need to get Venom ranked up right away, but he's going to be a great one as well. You know, APOC and I-Bomb. I would probably focus on those champs more so. Just getting those villains ranked up, and then after Cav, start with the villain variant, and then take Doom, Venom, and, you know, maybe Dragon Man and do the Mystic Symbiote Spider-Verse variant, that kind of thing. But these champs being at what appears to be rank 4, hard to say because I don't know what kind of mastery points he got, but I think they're rank 4. They're powerful enough for a Cav push. But I would start working on those villains too if you're able to get additional ranks. Is everybody in the chat Thronebreaker? No, absolutely not, Mr. Sabretooth. We got all levels in here from, you know, some people in literally the top, you know, 5 alliances, down to people who are, you know, just starting the game. The chat is filled with all types of players, all levels of players. Would you rather eat a turkey sandwich? I'm not a fan of turkey sandwiches. For every meal for the rest of your life that someone else makes for you, or beans that you have to make yourself? You kidding me, dude? I always make beans myself. No one ever makes beans for me. Very rarely, I'll ask Laura to throw some beans on for me or something like that, but no, beans for myself, dude. Turkey sandwiches, dude. I did eat turkey sandwiches for like a month straight. when I was lifting weights with my brother, and he's like, yeah, man, gotta get that lean protein in or whatever. So I was eating a bunch of turkey sandwiches, and I hate turkey, dude. I'm not a fan. It's pretty gross. So yeah, pass on those. No offense to the turkey sandwich lovers out there. Wait, what? It's paid off, BG? Just used every one of my 5s in featured arena because they are all rank 3. It was a long road. Wait, what? It's paid. Oh! Wait. You saying the long road of like getting them ranked up? Is that what you're saying? Ever? Here comes Laura BG. Oh, she knows. Alright, I'm out. BG's putting me to sleep. Now everyone. Alright, Clarissa. Have a good night. BG. Do. What? Does that do you think? The difficulty of Act 7, Chapter 4 will be a big jump from 7, 1, 2, and 3. Hoping to do initial clear. No, I expect it to be very similar. They changed how they operate when it comes to balancing difficulty in story quests. They changed this with the introduction of Act 7. I'm not saying, you know, we're like, yeah, of course, the difficulty will continue to rise over time. But as far as like a big jump in difficulty, no, I don't think we're ever going to see that again. Who knows? Maybe Act 8 will surprise us all and say, you can only use 6-star champions there. You can no longer use 5 or something like that. Who knows, right? Kabam could do anything. But more like most people seem to not really want that type of challenge when it comes to story mode. And honestly, as much as I was kind of against the idea of the what's the best way to put it? I was like against the idea of just like lowering the difficulty and that stuff. Now that Battlegrounds is here, like difficulty can exist in other ways, and that's all I really want. Is like I just wanted some form of like challenge content. I don't necessarily want challenge everywhere, but I needed it somewhere. And story content kind of was that challenge prior to their change in Act 7. But yeah, now we have Battlegrounds, so I don't care. They could make Act 8 2 fights per path for all I care. And those fights are like 3-star champs. Hold on. Surprise. I knew you didn't like turkey, but I figured the laziness would outweigh the edible preference. No, dude. That's where you totally misunderstand picky food eaters. Listen, man. Being a picky eater is not something by choice. I hate that I'm a picky eater. It's a hassle, dude. It's a hassle, like only really wanting to eat like a few different things. Cause yeah, I'd much rather just like, oh, here's some food, I'll eat it, cool. But it's not really the way my brain works, man. My brain's like, no, I can't eat this food because I don't like this food. This is last resort. Obviously, if I was starving to death, yeah, I'm gonna eat anything. I don't like turkey sandwiches, but I like to live, so if that's sure, give me a turkey sandwich. But it doesn't matter how lazy I am. I'm not like dude. Even on a day where I got no sleep, maybe had to do like some kind of physical, you know, labor type of stuff. I'm just totally beat. I would still make food that I like rather than just being handed food that I don't like. Hate turkey sandwiches. How does this man become more of an abomination every day? It's a talent. What can I say? Mason sending over a buck. Saying Tweed. Tweed. Let's see. Mason, you have to remind me what your name on Twitter is, man. Because I don't see a Mason here. Let me know, and then I'll check again. No, I just bite straight off the whole rump like an apple. What rump you talking about? Turkey's a scam. Even on Thanksgiving, I don't eat it. Ham all day. Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't even had a Thanksgiving meal in years. What was the last Thanksgiving meal that I had, like, with family? 20... How long have I been out here, dude? Like 2017? Or something? Dude, I don't even know. It's been a while. Turkey sandwich versus hot relish wrap. Dude, you know what? Maybe starving to death is a good option, actually. I don't know. Maybe turkey sandwich in that case. That hot relish wrap. Oh my god, dude. Okay, Driz. Let's see. Okay, found you. BJ recently got Cav beginning of the month and don't know which variants I'm ready for. Which ones do you think I should / can do? Well, I see a villain here in Ghost, and that's usually the one I recommend starting with. Either the villain one or the Mystic Symbiote Spider-Verse one. And I don't see too many symbiotes. I mean, you got the king of them right here, but yeah, I'd probably get this I-Bomb ranked up and pair that up with Ghost, do the villain variant. Your other option is the tech variant, I would say, in your case. Since you have Warlock and Ghost, you can try starting with that one. But there's better rewards from like the later variants, so that's why I don't really like recommending the tech variant as a first one. But the rewards aren't necessarily bad, so I mean you could try it. But yeah, I'd say get this I-Bomb ranked up and then do the villain one. Ghost is insane, so hopefully you're comfortable with Ghost if you took her all the way to rank 5. And as long as you are comfortable, she can do, you know, most of the work. And yeah, the old villain one. See, we're back on food. Yeah, how did this happen? I'm playing. Oh, okay, never mind. I know exactly how this happened. EZ intentionally made this happen. First, you made a comment saying that you preferred the food talks, and then you ask a question about food. You bastard! This was very intentional. This was not an accident that the food conversation came back. The hell is hot relish wrap? You don't want to know. I asked because I bought it nearly, if not every month since inception. I've only got 130-ish tokens. Terry, hold on. I'm Cavalier, and here's a question that I like anyone in the chat to answer. When collecting summoner's sigil rewards, do you get more or less currency? Yes. Towards purchasing sigil witch depending on your title. Yes, you do. Yeah, you do. Hinach saying Thronebreaker here and get 9 tokens per week after the final milestone. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what all the titles get, but I know it's definitely different. Not that I've ever had the sigil to get those tokens, but... Have you ever had a Panini BG? No, I don't think so. BLT style or ham cheese. Maybe buffalo chicken and ranch. Like BLT style panini? Or like, have I ever had a BLT period? I've actually never had a BLT period. Sorry. I don't like tomatoes, dude. I like tomato products. You know, ketchup, tomato sauce, fake blood. Oh, that man. Then never mind. I wish I take that back, because that sounds like I'm just out here eating packets of fake blood, which I can assure you I'm not doing. Yeah, I've actually never had a BLT because of that. E-Rock, $700, and I love it when the Cav monthly cross fights don't work. It makes things so much slower. Oh no. Are there bugs this month? Rip. Rip. I haven't done it yet. I was thinking about doing a Cav stream today, but obviously I didn't do it, so... Yeah. Everyone eats. Food is a nice, accessible topic. Even underage children can participate. I mean, that's true. Make a good point. BG only likes beans. Not true, Guy Gardner. I like other foods, just not that many. Fake blood is cornstarch? I actually have no idea what fake blood is. I mean, I'm sure there's a million different versions of fake blood, right? I feel like ketchup is like not a good fake version of blood, but I mean, that's like... I feel like that's everyone's first fake blood. Is ketchup. Hinach. If you never use a champ, but need it just for Karinas, would you rank the 5-star or rank to the 6-star, deciding between saving one tier 5 basic or doing the better long-term investment? It depends. How much is power involved? Because don't forget about the combat power rate. So, and awaken ability, I should say. So, like, what was it? Kamala Khan, right? When it came to Kamala Khan versus the champion, although it was doable with the 6-star, I feel like in that case, it was much better to use the 5-star. Because you had higher combat power rate, which matters for that fight. You had longer duration of your Furies, because it was easy to awaken and sig the champion up. You know, so for that fight, I would say the clear-cut winner, in my opinion, was 5-star. Now, if those things don't matter, or they matter less, because of course they no matter what, they're going to matter to some degree. But if it's not that big a deal, if it's like, I don't know, man, let's say like Strife in the Abyss or something like that, I would probably just go with the 6-star at this point. To my knowledge, at least, those things wouldn't impact Strife that much. Although, as I say that, I realize I'm not really a Strife player, so maybe I'm wrong. But, you know, something like that. E-Rocks sending over to the Buck saying the node says if Cosmic or what is that word? Or tackle? Tactical? Or what is this word? They get a cross fight Fury. Well, they don't cross fights, and they don't activate until the second fight they are active. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't heard anyone else complain about it, so I'm not sure if it's a bug or if it's just maybe confusing in the way it works. But I haven't looked at it. Is it in the... It's not in the first quest, is it? If it was in the first quest, I'd hop in and take a look, but if it's in a deeper quest, I can't access it, so... Cloud of Contempt saying, yeah, the cross fights aren't carrying over. Oh, okay, so I take back what I said. It seems like other people are mentioning it. And stacking like they're supposed to. Didn't happen in the Mystic one either. Okay. Well, rip. It sounds like maybe it is bugged then. Tactical? That's really the word? I thought there was just some typo there or something. Ugh. What a terrible word. Who do I boo in this situation? Who developed this node? Which one of you did it? I'm sticking up the 5s. Kabam have been really generous making them each different classes. Working on Rogue, Kamala, Doc Ock, and Squirrel Girl. Okay. The other thing I'll say about 5 stars is sometimes it's nice to like save the rank up gems. At this point, I mean, you know, if you've already done all the content that gives rank up gems and you don't have a rank up gem of you know, whatever class you need, well, like, yeah, of course, there's nothing you can do. But like for future content, there's probably gonna be a version 3 of Karina's. And next time you get a 5-star rank up gem, might just be worth holding on to that thing until you see what you need. Either because of Karina's or some other reason too. I mean, obviously you don't need to hold on to it like your life depends on it. It's just a 5-star rank up gem, right? But one more reason to hoard. Yay! Blaming Mike regardless? Okay. That's good. 3 of us in here have seen mentioned so far. Oh, about the quest. Whoops. Okay. Alright, anyway. On that note, let's go get 225 units, eh? All of Kabam take a freaking lap? Ah, seriously. Dude, if they keep Battlegrounds costs, then yeah, they better be taking laps, man. Every time I gotta pop an energy refill to play Battlegrounds. Gee, why aren't you posting any different content except for Arena? Good question. I don't have a great answer. Just working on other stuff at the moment that I can't really talk about because, well, when I talked about it last time, it took longer than expected to get that content out, and yeah. So, that's pretty much it. Come on, units. Even the energy refills would have been nice for some of this content. There will be other content. I'm not just intending on having strictly arena streams forever. But this ain't the first time. Sometimes this just happens, man. My channel, just like MCOC, goes through a little bit of a lull. Where it's just some arena and chill sessions kind of thing. Cheers, BG. Really enjoyed the language tangent. Same. Yo, BG, you know of any good poison immune champions with fury buffs besides King Groot and Hype? Medusa? Are you trying to fight the 6.2.2? Boss? For Caustic Temper? Medusa, you've got, what's her name? Are you guys able to hear that? Maybe from closer to the mic? Captain Marvel movie. Yeah, that's what I was trying to get at. There's synergies with Heimdall that give a fury, so any champ that's poison immune. There's a synergy, the robot one with Warlock, where, you know, robots, they're already poison immune and they can get the furies. Yeah, Ghost can technically shrug poisons and gain fury buffs with her heavy attack. My ears? Was that loud? I thought it was only loud in my head. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. I didn't know that was loud. You tell me I've been using that word incorrectly for 30 years, Garco? What word? Segway? I don't know. Alright, anyway. I'm going to head on out of here for the night. But before I go, shout out to Messiah for being tonight's biggest D. Messiah, thank you very much. E-Rock sending over a last-minute buck as well. Thank you, dude. Saying, at Cloud of Contempt, I just use Captain Marvel movie in the Cosmic, and she is both A-Force and Cosmic, and she got the Crossfight Furies, so you have to have both the class and tag, and the node doesn't say that. Huh. Interesting, okay. Is that why it's busted? You don't have both? Wait, was that even the message? Was there a different message? No, I think that is the message. Okay. Yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. I haven't done it yet. I think last time there was those tags, I generally ignored those anyway. Because I didn't enjoy it. It says Cosmic or Tactical. Okay. Well, don't know. But you can always report it to Kabam, and if it's bugged, they'll fix it. Alright, anyway, on that note, thank you to everyone else as well. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Normal time. Maybe daytime? No. Tomorrow Saturday? Yeah, just normal time. Okay. Anyway, good night, everybody.